All right, brother, hold up. It's the man of knowledge coming at your way. Check it in. Check it out. Peace. So now, see this right here. What I be talking about. Pay very close attention. See this right here. What I be talking about. Now, apparently, for the most part, Black lives don't seem to matter in Chicago. And we're about to find out why. Now, would you read that caption? 14 people shot at a funeral in Chicago. How you shooting, taking lives while they trying to put away a life? How you do that, man? Like I said, now, a lot of these things are distractions, but it's my job to call them out. That's the point of this channel. Now, this is what they put on the headlines. Everything is on the so-called news for a reason. Like I say, I'm not a fan of the news. I just call it out. Now, this is HLN or whatever it's supposed to be. News like this, HLN and CNN, this is news you just laugh at. Okay? But let's continue. Let's just get down deeper to the topic and check it out.
After a mass shootout at a funeral. So police say that somebody in a car fired at the people who were attending the service.
Look at that. 14 people hospitalized. All victims are adults, serious critical condition. Black lives matter though, huh?
And some at the funeral then shot back. The car crashed. The people.
Now, how do you so-called pro-black or / liberal people got to say about this? How many of y'all gonna speak out and protest on this now? This was a funeral shootout. I wonder. What y'all got to say about this? What's your take? Like, I'm dead serious. Like, yo, what you think about this? Let's continue.
The site got away before authorities got there. At least I can tell you that no children are injured. Now,
Well, thank God.
the funeral was for a man who was shot last week.
Well. I didn't hear no Black Lives Matter about that.
Now, President Trump sent federal agents to Chicago. He said to help against gun violence. That the mayor, Lori Lightfoot, says that she's open to a partnership after being assured that federal officers are not going to be there to try to deal with demonstrators on the street. Now that
You know why? Because he don't give a fuck about you. That's why.
comes after what you saw in Portland, Oregon. Federal officers are there as well. The mayor is asking protesters to end it and go home.
And I agree. I agree with the Portland mayor. Because all that protesting doesn't amount to nothing. All right?
Protests that have gone on for days and days there. Now the message doesn't.
More than 40 federal. Can you brothers see that? More than 40 federal arrests have been made since July 4th. They don't even want y'all eating barbecue for your 4th of July. I didn't make my 4th of July video neither, but that's alright. Wasn't in the mood that day. Check it out though.
Resonate with all in the streets. There have been more than 50 days of demonstrations, and Josh Campbell, who is there, is with a.
Look at all that silly shit, man. That doesn't add nor amount to anything, man. See, this is why I tell you, you brothers are so simple-minded.
Group being called Wall of Moms.
Robin, we're here in the city of Portland, yet another night of protest.
Wall of Moms.
I'm here in the middle of the Wall of Moms. This is a group of protesters that we have seen that have been coming out, linking arms with protesters. I talked to one of them who said that their goal here, moms are protected.
Now, how many black people do you see out there? I know this is Portland, Oregon. But yes, how many people do you see out here that are so-called black? Or so-called people of color? Which I don't say that, but still. And then they talking about the Wall of Moms joins protests after more than 50 days of unrest. Well, that's their problem because they didn't get any sleep. Now, let me tell you why they call it the Wall of Moms. Because, like I stated, for the most part, they already know the so-called black community is ran or led by the matriarchy. Okay? They already understand that. Even the police automatically assume it. That's why, for the most part, when they come to black people's home for an arrest or for some type of when they come check out some type of crime, okay, or come check out some type of accusation, or come check out a crime scene allegedly, and when they ask to speak to people, who they usually ask to speak to? They ask to speak to the mom, to the mother. You know why? Because they automatically assume that most of these black homes are matriarchy, or that the black woman rules the head of the house over the black man, which is just what all these protests and these liberal so-called pro-Black Lives Matter movements is simply all about. Like I said, man, in the last video, with the NBA video, they don't give a fuck about you, bro. And until you brothers understand that, until you brothers learn how to go to the Most High and ask for His direction, and ask you to give the wisdom and the actual understanding of what's going on, and you go find your purpose, most of our people, for the most part, particularly the so-called black man, will forever be lost. I'm not talking about the so-called black female. Want to know why? Because she's a female. Now, I think it's safe to say, especially in this generation, most females, they follow trends, okay? She is a follower. That's what she's supposed to be. So don't get mad at her. They respond to power. So-called black man in this so-called community, in his own home and in this country, you have no power. Okay? It's more to being a man than smashing women and, making your money and saving it up or whatever you're doing, or spending or buying on these high-priced clothes and all that other stuff, I'm a so-called young black man, and I'm not thinking about none of that. Okay? I'm not saying I know everything. I'm still trying to get myself together. Still trying to figure it out for me. But once I connect, I'm kicking rocks. All you other brothers, though, they keep talking about all this and all that, and Black Lives Matter, I matter, baby, I matter. Look, man, you're just wasting your time. Fuck all that shit, man. Just look. I done told you, brothers, man. Focus on yourself.
By nature, they want to come out and support the people of Portland, their city, against supporting racial justice, the end, in their view, to police excessive use of force. Now, as the sun goes down, we have seen night after night that in addition to peaceful protesters, which these are, there have been a small group of rioters who have come up and defaced this building next to me. This is the federal building, the epicenter of so many of these.
And what do you notice? Not a single black person out there.
Josh Campbell.
Let me make sure I'm going to go back. Was that a black person right there?
Federal building, the epicenter of so many of these protests.
Not a single
Josh
black
Campbell.
person.
According to our affiliates, more than 1,000 protesters were downtown overnight. The acting Homeland Security Secretary says that there have been more than 40 arrests that federal arrests.
And let me say something to the so-called black man. Get out of these protests. If you're a liberal black male, or if you're a pro-black male, get out now. Kill it. Kill it right now. Because let me tell you something. I was once pro-black. And let me tell you this. What I have learned and realized on my own is that most of this pro-black stuff is nothing. It's just bullcrap. For the most part, particularly, especially when a woman is being pro-black. You know why? Because she sits up here and runs her mouth about this, and the white people that, and the white people this. I learned this from Jamal Hill. And yes, I said Jamal on purpose. I learned it from her. Listen. They don't give a fuck about you, man. Is it been... Hey, look. Hey, brothers. Listen to me. Just listen to me. As if it's for anything, they just don't want you to have the attention. They're just here to be your competition and knock the attention off of you and land it on them. So they can go out and talk about, oh yeah, the white man this and the white man that. But behind closed doors, especially in these corporations of America, these corporate businesses in America, why do you see so many black men in those things? Why don't you see a lot of black men in those? Why do you see a lot of black women? Because they're there to be the white man's concubine or his succubi. Okay? And she thinks that she's doing something and she's there to compete with the white man, with the white female, and replace or annihilate the white female out of the situation, and tries to be the white man's helpmeet. That's what they're there for. Because a lot of these so-called black females, man, they love to go into corporate America and go ghetto gag. Okay? Like I stated in my video that came out yesterday, the black succubi is not your friend, man. Okay? But now, you see all these white people, all these white females. You see 3 white females here marching. Understand, bruh. You think they out here fighting for you? Come on, man. I already told you that. Now, look, they'll let you smash, especially if you the stereotype black man. But come on, man. Look, bro, they're not out here for you. Come on, bro. Black Lives Matter is controlled. How you gonna say Black Lives Matter, but a black person don't even own it? How you gonna say Black Lives Matter, but ain't nobody black even out here running it? Now, I know for the most part that Oregon is mostly predominantly white, if I'm not highly mistaken. I know for a fact it is. Okay, but you can come here and try to prove me wrong if you know something that I don't. Show me some type of information that I don't know that you do. This is what this channel is all about. Once again, we share our knowledge, our opinions, our doctrines, our beliefs, etc., our thoughts, and much, much more. For the most part, what I want to do on every single video, I don't want to talk my truth. I want to talk the truth. And if you brothers have something in it that I may have missed out or misinterpreted or did not understand myself, you can come in and try to correct me or rectify what has been said. Because I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. I'm not 100% knowledgeable yet either. But the goal is to be there, and this is the point of this channel. Okay? So I tell you, brothers, go ahead and subscribe if you're not subscribed yet to this channel. Okay? Because this channel has huge potential. But didn't mean to digress. But further on, back to the video. Like I was stating, they got all these white females here. This is also, like I say, look, Black Lives Matter. It's not a race organization. It's not a race movement. It's not a community movement. Okay, like Black Panthers was, and that was the same thing. Okay, what Black Lives Matter currently is. Okay, it's the same thing. What Black Panthers was. Only thing about it, this here is a part of this. One thing I want to say that, as you brothers should know by now, Black Lives Matter is a feminist movement. Okay, what they do is that they scream and they holler and do this and da 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 and da 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 da, and they use black men as the face, or should I say the pinnacle, the top, or the logo for the movement. But who's the main ones out there screaming? Black females. You know why? Because these are the same females who are being indoctrinated or brainwashed to believe that black men don't want us. Black men just want this and they just want that, or they just want white women, or they just want this, or I don't even know why he's with a white woman because all she wants is a stereotype. But if you look at the analytics or if you look at the analytics or the statistics, you'll see that not only does the white woman want a stereotype black man, but so does the black female. Because once again, brothers, like I said, How do we have an 80-20% rule in the community where almost 80% of black women are not married? 20% of black men are in jail. 20% of black men are, but 40 cent. Let me see. Let me look it up. No, I'm sorry. Never mind. I'm sorry. 46% of black men will never have children. Now, can anyone explain that? Let's continue.
So here's the deal. Local officials bristle at this. They want federal troops out. The president says more needs to be done to protect federal property. So that's Portland, Oregon. All right, almost 100 million.
Oh, look, I ain't come here to hear all that, man. But yeah, brothers, it's just, once again, this is just something else for you brothers to think about. Like I said, hey, look down deep, man, and start asking and questioning and thinking, man. All right? Listen, hey, brothers, don't forget to like this video, comment, subscribe, holler back at your boy. It's been a man of knowledge, and I'm out. So I'm in peace.